A group of friends took a photo in Black Star Canyon in Orange County during their backpacking trip. Later, they noticed a faint figure on the left side of the image that looked like a young boy. No one else was present at the time. The photo was shared online by a user named DJ Skeptics. Visitors have reported seeing childlike figures in the canyon for years, and some people noted a past car crash involving school children near the area. It all made sense now. Valerie runs the Instagram account Journeys. She travels alone to remote places and shares the beautiful landscapes she visits. On a multi-day horse trek toward Izyat Kul Lake in Kyrgyzstan, her journey took an unexpected turn. On the 5th morning, while packing up camp in the Jumgal 2 mountains, a few local children wandered over to greet her. But shortly after, the calm morning shifted. A local man approached and offered help with her horse, then invited her for tea at his yurt. At first, it might have seemed like a friendly gesture, but when Valerie politely declined, his behavior changed.
Муж есть? Муж? Да, муж. А только один турист. Да. А ночью куда спать? Церковь, да? Ночью? I don't know. А ночью спать церковь? Нет. Где чатер? Одну, да, только двое, одну. Одна. А только одна, да? Yes. Я дома есть чатер. Я чатер есть. А потом церковь, хорошо?
I want to be alone.
Секс, ну, понял, секс, нет. Секс, понял?
No.
Эй, дома, давай.
You say sex, I said no.
Давайте чай поем, чай.
Leave me alone.
Хорошо.
I'm so glad I filmed this. It just shows the reality sometimes.
He became intrusive and unsettling, and his questions grew increasingly inappropriate. Alone and isolated in the mountains, she began to feel genuinely unsafe. She left the area immediately, and fortunately, she was able to continue her trek safely through the mountains. Liz, the creator behind the YouTube channel Regretless, shares both the beauty and the risk of her life on the road. After a calm night at a quiet campsite, she continued driving deeper into northwest Texas. Knowing the area could be rough, she booked a harvest host instead of parking alone. The spot seemed safe, but during a short walk with her dog, everything changed.
So I literally just took Rio outside to go walk around the block to check out the laundromat, and I'm already getting catcalled. It's so frustrating, especially now. The way I'm traveling, it's just like, ugh. Makes me feel uneasy. I just hate cities, urban areas. And kind of now, Rio, come on.
She was harassed and followed. Liz quickly altered her route to avoid revealing where she was staying.
So I just had to walk around the block the other way to prevent the guy who was catcalling me from continuing to follow me, and I didn't want him to know where the bus was and that I was living in it, because I'm just behind this business, you know, like, it's nice to be on private property, but I mean, at the end of the day, like, this isn't, like, yeah, it's still just me out here.
Back at her bus, she locked everything, shared her location with someone she trusted, and waited out the night. Fortunately, nothing happened. At sunrise, she left without hesitation. A person was driving down a dark forest road with no other traffic when they suddenly noticed a parked vehicle with its door wide open. And then, this happened. Sensing something was wrong, the driver quickly sped past without stopping. Nobody knows what the person's intentions were, but it clearly seemed like a setup they likely avoided. This woman was exploring a remote area in the Appalachian region, when suddenly she got the feeling of being watched. Moments later, she accidentally captured this on camera.
I just realized this is like the perfect place to come and sit and smoke. Cause look at this. See right here. Hell yeah. This is my view. Y'all, a cigarette right now. I don't even smoke cigarettes, but it warm you up, you know. I'm fucking cold. Felt like there was somebody behind me, but so this is as close as I'm going to get, but y'all can see it's like angled and it goes into the mountain. It doesn't look like it, but it's a little bit more deeper here. My feet would get wet, and these shoes, yeah, no, and it's cold. But yeah, I'm about to head out of here because my feelings been I don't know. It don't feel right now. But yeah, I don't have service. No, this is the worst part about exploring here is when you get like that when you get the feeling that you're being watched or followed. You can't. It's a little bit of a ways to get back to where you came from. Over there.
She didn't hear the sound at the time, and its source remains unclear, as nobody was around her. As she continued walking, the uneasy feeling only grew stronger until she finally decided to leave the area. To this day, she has no idea who or what was out there with her that day. In February 2024, 3 friends were riding their motorcycles through a quiet forest at daybreak when the friend in front suddenly slammed the brakes.
Apaan, Cuk? Mat, apaan anjing? Mat! Yan. Wih, itu, Cuk. Astagfirullah, Cuk. Astagfirullah. Mat, motor dulu, Cuk.
There was a white figure standing completely still. When someone yelled that it was a pokong, the figure suddenly jumped. Being deeply terrified, all 3 turned and fled.
Misi, Mbak.
Permisi.
Mat, samperin aja, Mat. Nggak apa-apa, Mat. Nggak apa-apa, Cuk. Goblok.
A pokong in Indonesian folklore is said to be the ghost of a person who was buried in a shroud, still wrapped tightly from head to toe. Many describe it as hopping rather than walking because of the tied burial cloth. Do you think this was staged, or do you believe pokongs are real? In 2021, a backpacker was hiking near an abandoned quarry in the Balkans when he noticed unusual movement in the water. The footage shows strong splashing and a wide disturbance across the surface. Whatever caused it never comes clearly into view, but the size and the force of the movement suggest something large and powerful was swimming beneath the surface. With no additional footage and no witnesses nearby, the source of the disturbance remains completely unidentified. Justin from the Limitless Outdoors YouTube channel had a close call in the wild. He heard wolf howls coming from a nearby mountain and decided to make a predator call to bring them in.
What a day not to have a gun. don't have a gun.
Within 5 minutes, several wolves appeared at the bottom of the hill. They began moving closer, clearly responding to his call. Justin was unarmed, and at this point, most people would have left the area, but not Justin. He stayed put and kept making noise, attracting 2 wolves who stared directly at him from barely 10 yards away. Fortunately, after a tense moment, they turned around and walked back toward the rest of the pack. Justin later left the area safely. A scout was patrolling a remote area at night when he heard strange, unfamiliar sounds. He moved closer, using his camera and flashlight to scan the surroundings. Suddenly, a white figure appeared among the bushes and trees. It moved through vegetation in a way that didn't match any known animal. The figure shifted positions, trying to stay hidden, before eventually disappearing from sight. Was it an animal, a person, or something else entirely? Hamza Hashmi was traveling in Pakistan on a quiet desert road when he saw a few people standing near their bikes. As he got close, they moved in front of him and stopped him.
भैया ना करें ऐसा,
निकालो,
मुश्किल का ज़माना है।
मुश्किल
बंद कर दूं, ऑफ कर दें, घर वाले कॉल करेंगे।
पैसे दो,
पैसे दे रहे अल्लाह ला इलाहा इल्ला हुवल हय्युल क़य्यूम। पैसे निकाल लें, कार्ड छोड़ दें, कुछ रास्ते के लिए छोड़ दें, 100-200
वो छोड़ देंगे, वो दे देंगे,
बाकी नहीं है। लाइसेंस
पक्का
पक्का पक्का
खड़े रहो।
They took his belongings and let him go. A group of bikers came from behind, and the men tried stopping them too. One rider escaped, but the rest were stuck. The whole moment showed how risky these empty routes can be. Hamza lost his things, but he stayed alive, and that was the only outcome that mattered. Some teenagers were hanging out at a local park one night. Once they arrived, they noticed a strange figure moving through the park. It looked unnatural, so they decided to record it. They remembered that a man had been found mysteriously dead in the same park, with officials reporting no visible signs of foul play. Some nearby residents said they had noticed a strange presence in the park for some time. Many now believe the figure may be connected to the unexplained death. The group left, convinced that what they had seen wasn't a good sign. Laura from Mexico was filming a tree that had caught fire after a lightning strike.
Hola, chécale a ver si se mueve. Ponle, acércale.
Sí, sí se mueve.
Pero se mueve.
Pero no está quemada, está intacta.
Esta tampoco se mueve.
Está sentada ahí.
Mira, ahí está sentada. Tenía tantos años que no veía algo así, fíjate. Hasta ahorita que los niños lo vieron.
While recording, she noticed a shape forming through the flames. It looked like a person standing inside the burning branches. People later suggested it might be a witch. Others thought it was just an optical illusion. They couldn't figure out what they were looking at, but to them, it looked too human. A person was walking along a forest path near an old abandoned castle when they captured something unusual on their footage. A dark, translucent figure stood ahead. It looked human, dressed entirely in dark clothing, and remained perfectly still. The castle was said to be haunted, something the person only discovered later while doing some research. At the time, they didn't see the figure and couldn't explain it, leaving them to wonder if it was something paranormal. A truck driver stopped on a quiet road in Finland. The moment he stepped out, a strange cry echoed from the frozen forest. It didn't match any animal he knew, so he started recording. The road is empty, and he didn't see anything or anyone out there. To this day, no one knows what he heard. Do you have any idea? Paul had been documenting his long hike on the Pacific Crest Trail for months. On day 104, he noticed something unusual near a rocky volcanic patch. From a distance, it looked like abandoned camping gear. But when he walked closer, the truth appeared.
Hello? Oh my goodness me. Oh no. Oh no. I'm not sure if I've just found a body or not.
This is what he found.
I've just found somebody's remains at the side of the trail. And when I say the side of the trail, kind of like off that side of the trail, maybe 50 feet or so. I thought it was a pile of trash to start with, and I thought I would just go and investigate. When I got closer to it, it became obvious that it was the remains of a hiker. There was a backpack there, a sun umbrella, some trekking poles, and then I spotted the leg bones completely stripped. The tent was there, you know, all the sort of stuff you would associate with a through hiker or a long section hiker. When I turned around to leave the scene to get back to the trail, that's when I spotted the skull. And that just obviously confirmed everything.
Thankfully, Paul wasn't alone.
There was a couple behind me, Adam and Jennifer, thank goodness. They helped me out, and Adam called 911. He had a little bit of service, and there's some deputies coming out to meet us.
Authorities arrived shortly after and recovered the body. What made the situation even stranger was the location. It wasn't far from the main trail, and it seemed like it had been there for over a year, yet no recent missing person report matched it. It remains an unresolved mystery. A trail camera in Wisconsin recorded a bright light moving through a forest at night. Take a listen to this video.
Plasma type phenomena was captured on a trail cam in Wisconsin, gliding through the forest, and then it dissipates into the ground. And I'm going to say this is probably some of the weirdest phenomena or any sort of strange paranormal sighting of this nature we've seen probably in the past couple of years, right? It looks like an absolute plasma type entity, whether you want to say it could be interdimensional, it could be just a whole ball of plasma, much like we see from storms, earthquakes. We've had lots of geomagnetic storms in a minute, CMEs. We've had a 1.7 X-class CME and a 1.2 that's just happened, and this could be a result of spikes of energy picking up. But look at this thing as it kind of just like stops and dissipates and disappears into the floor. Kind of reminds you of like a wisp or something of that nature, like almost like a larger version of it, you know? And I can't work it out. Whether there's something under there. I mean, wherever this disappeared in the ground, I'd be getting my pickaxe out and trying to hit the floor with it and being like trying to figure out what the damn hell was under there, because something seems to be around there. I just look at it, bro. Absolutely wild. Wisconsin, get a grip.
The light remains visible for a short time before fully disappearing at ground level. No physical disturbance was found at the location. On February 16, 2014, while hiking near Lake Colico in Chile, a woman named Carolina Lopez Paniman recorded something unusual. She had been filming the calm, empty water when a strange shape appeared. 4 rounded humps rose above the surface and moved slowly across the lake. Carolina had no idea what she was looking at. And when the video was posted online, people searched for explanations, but no one could agree on what the object or creature might be. To this day, the sighting remains unexplained. On June 6th, Maria went to Cuckoo's Nook with her friends because people said the place felt strange. While they were there, nothing unusual happened. But days later, when Maria checked the photos on her phone, one image made her stop. On the right side, a blurred shape appeared. It didn't look like motion blur or light, and the more she looked, the more it started to resemble a woman. Some commenters even said it looked like a bride. Is it just a blur or something paranormal? Omar Farang Zin was a 48-year-old Italian man who set out across Europe in the summer of 2025 on his bike, eventually traveling through Croatia and Serbia before reaching the mountains of Romania, the Carpathians, home to one of the largest brown bear populations in Europe. On July 3rd, near the Vidraru Dam on the Transfagarașan Road, Omar spotted a female bear with her cubs. He got off his motorcycle and stepped closer to film her. Moments later, everything went wrong. The mother bear attacked Omar and dragged him deep down a steep ravine. His motorcycle was later found parked on the roadside. Rescue teams reached the ravine, but there was nothing they could do. The attack had been fatal. Authorities later located the bear and euthanized her because she posed a danger to tourists. Her 3 cubs were found orphaned and were eventually taken to a sanctuary. Omar's final video, filmed just moments before the attack, was confirmed by investigators.
Oh, sta venendo verso di me.
A tragic reminder of just how quickly wildlife encounters can turn deadly for both sides. 2 girls were walking on a beach when they noticed something terrifying and started recording.
Yeah. What are you? That looks like a gigantic spider.
From a distance, it looked like a giant spider, which obviously didn't make any sense, so they shared the clip online. Many online identified it as a spider crab. These crabs live in coastal waters and are often seen in places like Australia. They're huge, but harmless to humans. But I can imagine the horror of stumbling upon something that looks like a giant spider. YouTube creator Remote Trooper was tracking 10 unusual points on Google Earth in the Las Vegas desert.
I don't know if you guys can see that, but we're gonna park and go take a look. Somebody was living here or something way back in the day. This is really, really old. Wow. Yeah, totally unexpected. I saw this from satellite imagery and thought it was an old, like, Chinese rock oven or something. California Powder Works, Santa Cruz. I've explained it many times, but it's what they use to blow out the mountains for the railroad. Yeah, this has a whole floor in it and everything. That railroad was completed in 1905. A lot of the stuff we find out here is from the late 1800s or 19th century. Wow. How cool is that? Some animal lives over there, probably a badger or something. Them things are nasty. You gotta watch out for them. Yeah, that's real fresh dirt. Okay, so something doesn't really live in there. It was a coyote digging. That's like an old horseshoe, right? Dude, how cool.
He came across old structures, scattered tools, and signs of activity dating back to the late 19th century. But then he reached a strange spot.
This is a little weird. Yeah, somebody just dug down a little bit for no reason at all. Stacked up some rocks right there. That's cool. What a weird thing that somebody would build this. It's about 3 feet tall, I guess.
The ground had been dug out in a neat rectangular shape, with a small stack of rocks beside it. Nearby, he found something suspicious.
Oh, that's a really old belt. Wow. Oh, it's gator skin. Dude, what? I just found an old gator skin belt. That's the weirdest thing, isn't it? Yeah, it's right next to this clothing here. It's like an old jacket of some sort. Don't really see any tags on it or anything. Oh, it's covered in blood. Look at that. Wow. Yep, that's what that is. Super bloody jeans. Let me know if you guys think I should report that. Those jeans looked pretty old, at least a couple of decades, but they could possibly be much older than that. I don't really know what to do in a situation like that. I don't want to waste everybody's time, but at the same time, it's part of the video and I don't want to do the wrong thing, so.
With the dugout ground and bloodied clothing lying together, the place felt deeply unsettling. What do you think? Should he have reported it? On May 24th, 2017, JT Is All Business, a US family vlog known for outdoor trips, were staying in a remote cabin in New Hampshire. The night was quiet until sharp cries echoed from the woods.
What is that, Mom? Some kind of wild animal out here going crazy. What do you think that is? What kind of animal is this? Out here in the middle of the mountains in New Hampshire.
The sounds grew louder and moved closer. When they looked outside, a pair of glowing eyes stared back at them.
Oh, here it comes. I see its eyes. Oh, get back there.
What?
Get in here. I see its
Oh,
eyes.
wow, I see its eyes too.
JT, get inside. It's looking for food. Get in here. I don't want it to do
Oh,
Get in here.
look at its eyes. Hold on, let me get its eyes on here. Oh, crap, it's coming.
Come on, Mila's right here. She could run out.
Wow, look at that. What is that? He's coming close.
Let me see what it is. Get in here.
God, that's crazy.
Soon, more eyes appeared, scattered around the cabin. The family realized animals were positioned in different spots, all facing the house.
This is crazy. Freaking animals all over the place.
Me, isn't it?
Huh? Oh, did I record you? Sorry. I meant to show my face there. Alright guys, I'm going to end the video here. I'm not even sure what kind of animal this is. I know there's one right here in front of me, like I can see its eyes, but there's another one over here to the left.
The father stepped out with a flashlight, but the cries stopped and the eyes vanished. They never discovered what was surrounding them, but the experience left an eerie feeling. A group of hikers was moving through a quiet patch of desert in the Sonoran National Monument in Arizona when they noticed something unusual. A large rock had a metal lock embedded in its side, almost as if it was guarding an entrance to something hidden below the surface. They filmed it and shared the clip online, and viewers immediately began speculating about what they had found. What could be behind this? The Myrtles Plantation in Louisiana is often described as a haunted location due to its long history connected to slavery. Many stories linked to the plantation focus on an enslaved girl who suffered abuse. Local accounts claim she later caused the deaths of the family who enslaved her. The story says she never left the property after her death. Today, the plantation is open to visitors. People tour the house and grounds throughout the year. Some tourists have reported strange figures appearing in photos. These images sometimes show small, child-sized shapes standing in the background, even though no children were seen during the tour. Would you dare to go there? The owner said the photo was taken on February 9, 2009. He had been out capturing photos of a quiet churchyard. Later, when he uploaded the pictures to his computer, one frame stopped him. On the front step was a faint figure, shaped like a person sitting alone, but he clearly remembered the scene being empty when he stood there. Whatever appeared in that image, he never saw it with his own eyes. This man was hiking deep in the forest searching for one specific caterpillar, and after a long search, he finally spotted it.
I've finally found a caterpillar that I've been wanting to meet for a long time. This is the best caterpillar in the world. Kind of looks like a dead stick. Until you annoy him. He turns into a perfect little viper. Thrashes around as well. There you go, he puffs up those eyes, they fill with air. They've even got the white spots that look like reflections in the eyes. And people are scared of these around here. You can see why, but it's... The funny thing is, it's when he's upside down, he looks like the snake.
At rest, it looked exactly like a dry stick, perfectly still and perfectly camouflaged. But when disturbed, this larva of a sphinx moth expands its body and reveals the underside of its first segments, instantly mimicking a snake's head, complete with black eyes and even realistic light reflections. Sometimes the caterpillar will even perform a fake striking motion, just like a snake, to scare off predators such as lizards or birds. While hiking along the Grey Mare's Tail in Scotland, this person took a few photos of the scenery. The images showed the river, the empty hills, and not only that. When they zoomed in, a white figure appeared to be sitting on the rocks. Beside it, another bright shape. The hiker explained that the area is extremely isolated. There is no trail leading to that spot, and he hadn't seen a single person nearby. Some say it's pareidolia, but can this really just be pareidolia? On October 26, 2013, near Lake Tawakoni in East Texas, a group was indoors when their cats suddenly ran off as if something outside had startled them. They had already heard strange noises and bangs on the house, so they stepped out to look.
What? Let's see what's there. Dog? Is this dog barking?
It felt like something was following from a distance. And then they heard this. A sharp howl came from close by. Realizing the danger, the group ran back through the dark, and the video ends there. A hiker in the remote area of White Mesa noticed a set of large footprints during a hike. Each footprint measured about 20 inches in length. The shape was similar to a human foot, but far larger than any known human footprint. No documented individual could match this size. The tracks were clearly visible on the ground and appeared intact. White Mesa has a history of reported Bigfoot sightings, which led to speculation about the footprints. And for more chilling encounters, just watch this next one.